Three most important reasons because of which the lot of permanent residency applications are being refused in 2025. Let's deep dive into it. I'm Niladri Mukherjee. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. First and foremost, non-accompanying spouse. Spouse living with you on a C41 work permit or on a visitor visa or on a visitor record in Canada, yet you are declaring your spouse to be non-accompanying. By the way, you have all the legal right to keep your spouse as non-accompanying as long as on the balance of probabilities you are able to prove that your spouse will indeed be non-accompanying and that you are not doing so to gain extra CRS, to gain an undue advantage under the Act. A lot of people decide not to put proactive explanations. A lot of people decide not to respond to the ADR correctly or doesn't really know how to respond to the ADR correctly, does not respond to the Procedural Fairness Letter correctly. In the end, the PRs get refused. From my experience, so far in 2025, non-accompanying spouse is the predominant reason because of which an immigration application is getting refused. Number two, salaries paid in cash. Mind you, again, you have all the right to receive your salaries in cash in whichever part of the world as long as there are proper paper trail, there are proper justification, etc. Just saying that I have received my salaries in cash and absolutely no other proofs, even non-existence of the company saying that the company is now closed is a problem. That's in my experience is the second reason for which a PR is being refused. But again, my experience also tells me as long as you are able to justify that with reasoning, with rationale, and maybe provide a proactive explanation, it should be fine at least. Third reason is the suddenly you are declaring a foreign work experience, gaining points for that, but that foreign work experience not present in your, let's say, PGWP, in your study permit, in your work permit, whatsoever other TRV applications, because court to court, your local agent have decided they told you that, well, do not declare that experience, it makes things complicated. That's a problem. If you're declaring something now and gaining a point because of that, which has not been declared in the past, and most importantly, if that rationale is not explained properly, proactively, or either in the ADR or in the PFL, that's one of the significant reasons for which a PR will be refused in 2025. The other reason is that you're providing an employment reference letter written in an absolute bad English. Incorrect spelling, incorrect grammar, no comma, no full stop, absolutely nothing. Those type of experience letter, particularly if the owner has a Gmail address, the company is so small that it doesn't have a website, it's difficult to be proven. And think it from IRCC's perspective, it's almost impossible for IRCC to give relevance to a company for which you are actually claiming points, etc. If the company is so difficult to be proven, a company least should have a website, a company least should have been able to prepare an explanation letter or a reference letter to you in proper English. Okay, so regardless of the size of the company, that is not always given as an adequate explanation that because of the size of the company, these things are not working correctly, such as incorrect spelling, incorrect grammar, etc. Right? So whatever reference letter that you're receiving from the company, if it's a small company, if it's in tier 2, tier 3, whatever town, please make sure that you do a thorough check at your end to ensure that it's written properly. Otherwise, even a authentic reference letter will not be accepted by IRCC. These are some of the main reasons for which a permanent residency application is being refused. In my experience in 2025, having said that, if you are able to take those applications seriously where there are inconsistencies, and by the way, inconsistencies are fine as long as you are not getting an advantage out of that inconsistency. But if you are able to take care of those inconsistencies proactively, if you can provide a proactive legal explanation with your post ITA documentation submission, it's taken care of for the most part. If you're not doing so, if you receive an ADR, PFL, take that seriously, provide a proper explanation, you should ideally be fine.